Hey everybody, it's Megan White, and today we're going to go over how to create or perform a box and whisker plot. So to start, I have my two rows of data going back to financial and academic difficulty. I went ahead and I ran real quick this information from the data statistics, data analysis, so I can check everything. But to start, I'm going to select my data to begin with. I'm going to go back to the top so it puts it at the top. I'm going to click on Insert over here and look at the statistics. Go to the box and whisker. I'm going to move it over a little bit. So here's what it looks like. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change my title. I'm just going to put financial and academic. And you can see when I click on it right here, I can add, access titles, that kind of stuff. But you see this one right here is going to be financial. This one's going to be academic difficulty. And to be able, basically the way a box and whisker plot works is it divides your data into 4 sections, and each section represents 25% of your data. It shows the minimum, shows the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and then the maximum. So like this is going to be the minimum. First quartile is here. The median's the middle line that we have an X inside of our boxes. Then the top line of our box is your third quartile, and then the top line of the whisker is the maximum. Same thing over here. It's the same exact sections for it, but it's just different depending on the data. So the box is where it's your inner quartile range, and these lines are going to be your whisker. So the minimum is always going to be first. So the first quartile is going to show us, it's going to be at the 25%, and then right here. And then the top line of your box is always the 75%. And then that median is your 50%. Like I said, it's the box and whisker plot, it's 25% each. So that's where you're getting the 50 at the median line. The first quartile is your first 25%. And then that third quartile range, that line is going to be 75%. So specifically for this one, I want to see data information. And as you can see here, these median numbers, I'm going to move it. So if you click on it and then right click, format data label, I'm going to move this above. So now you can read those numbers better. Do the same thing on this one, move it above. You're going to have to change the color. I'm going to go black. See if that works. No, that's not what we wanted. But actually, we can see it better. Okay, so it's 54.28. So you want to be able to read your numbers. So specifically with these two sets of data, the spread and the inner quartile range, which is the box sections, for the financial issues within our retention data set, is going to be more of a condensed distribution. So it's going to start at the 38.5 all the way up to 70. And that just is showing us that the students who are at risk financially are within this range. And then on the flip side, over on our academic difficulty, it's going to be different. You see, it starts at 32.25 and it ends at 63.75. That's the students who are having academic difficulties. That's the range, the inner quartile range for that. And then the whiskers extend. You see how the whisker on academic difficulty, it extends out higher up to 96. It's just showing us there's the greater variability within the academic difficulty performance among students in our data set. So when you're doing a box and whisker, it's important. Make sure you have your data selected. You can just do one set. I could just run financial or academic difficulty, but I'm going to compare these two. So I want to do both on the same box and whisker plot. You can add, you click the plus on, you can add like your access titles if you want. You can have a legend. Like if we do the legend, it's going to show us series 1, and I can change the title here. I can put financial or I can put academic difficulty. So that's how you create a box and whisker plot. It's important though, you might want to run those statistics just to double check for your minimum, your maximum, your median, but it's going to be pretty close. And that is how you do a box and whisker plot. That's it. Thank you.